So it is no longer news that the auto captions feature on CapCut is now a pro feature. So what that means is that if you want to add captions to your videos, you need to be on the pro plan. Now, let me show you what I'm talking about. So I already have a video on my timeline right, and I already inputted the captions, as you can see right here, using the auto captions feature. So if I want to export my video, all I need to do is to come right here to where I have export. Now you can see right here that it says I should join the pro, right? Because the auto captions, as you can see, these are all pro features. But not to worry, in this video I'm going to show you a very cool way to add subtitles to your videos or captions to your videos for free. Right, so without further ado, let's head straight into the video. Right, so the first thing you need to do, of course, is to, once you've finished your editing your videos in CapCut, right, you come to, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete the captions I already added. Right, so once you're done editing your videos, you are going to come over here to where you have export. Now you're not going to export it as a video file. You're going to export it as an audio file. So you come down here and uncheck the video option and check the audio option. Then you go down under format, you choose any file format of your choice, either MP3 or WAV or whatever. I'm going to stick with MP3 and then I'm going to click export. So I've successfully exported my video file as an audio file, right? So this is the audio file right here. So I'm just going to rename this. I'm going to call it audio file CapCut. Yeah. Now the next step here is to go to this platform called TurboScribe. Now this TurboScribe helps you to transcribe your audios or videos to text, right? So when you log on to this website, turboscribe.ai right here, all right, you're going to upload the audio file we just converted. So I'm going to, first of all, ensure you are logged in. Okay, you create an account and you're logged in. Then go to where you have transcribe files. Now you can paste the link to maybe to wherever the file you want to transcribe is, or you can upload the file. Now since I already have the file on my PC, right, I'm just going to upload the file. I'm just going to drag the file and upload it straight up to the platform. Right now, this website gives you 3 free transcriptions every day, right, before you can upgrade to the pro plan, and they're doing a fantastic job. Right, so once the file is successfully uploaded, you go to where you have transcribe, and just wait a few seconds for, depends on the size of the file, just wait a few seconds or minutes for the file to be successfully transcribed. Right, so once this transcription is done, you would be notified right here. Okay, so the transcription is complete. So I'm going to click to open transcript. Right, so this is the transcription. Okay, right, so you can edit it. Okay, if maybe there are some errors you made in the process of the video, you can edit them right here. But if you're done, just go to where you have export right here. You have different file formats to export your file to. You have PDF, docs, text, TXT, and SRT. So I'm going to export this at, I don't want the timestamps to show. So I'm just going to export it as an SRT file. And then it's going to ask you to download, maximum words per second. I'm just going to leave it at the default setting. Right, so we have successfully downloaded our subtitle file, right, which as you can see right here, that's what has been downloaded. So I'm going to go back to my CapCut. I'm dragging myself right here. So I'm going to go back to my CapCut application. Right here, I'm going to go to where we have the text tab right here, and then go down to where you have auto captions and then local captions. Now I'm going to click this arrow to import my file. So we're going to import the .srt file we just downloaded earlier, which is this. And then once I've successfully uploaded it, I'm going to drag it right into my CapCut application. Now, next thing, we're going to edit the transcript, because now if you look at this here, since we use the free plan on transcribe.ai, excuse me. Now, since we use the free option on transcribe.ai, the transcript has this should I call it logo or inscription that says transcribed by TurboScribe. So we don't want this to appear on our caption. So right here, I'm going to, let me drag myself down here. So under text, okay, we have captions right here. These are, okay. But under, you can edit it from here, right? So all I just need to do is to come right here and remove this. Okay, get rid of this. Okay, get rid of that. You can edit your transcript here. Okay, and click outside. All right, click outside. Or you can also come to where you have text right here. You can also use this to edit your transcript. All right, so you can give your caption a background. So I'm just going to come down to still under text. Okay, I'm going to scroll down to give my caption a background so that it will be visible on the video. You can give it a stroke, but I think most times the background, I prefer using the background feature, right? And then I can reduce the opacity of the background. If you don't want it to be too glaring, you can reduce the opacity and just leave it just that sweet spot. Then you want it a rounded rectangle, it's fine. And then you can also give it different effects. You can reduce the size. Okay, just come down to where you have scale and scale it down, or big, it depends on what you want. We're going to scale it down. I think this is sweet. All right, so you can format your transcript, your caption, give it all features you want. Now, so the next thing you're going to do right here is to select the entire, layers or timelines, both the subtitle file and your video file, right? And then you're going to right click, and then you're going to click create compound clip. All right, so just wait for that to process. So as you can see now, what this does is that it merges both the subtitle layer and your video layer. All right, so next up, you ensure you click the video. So if I play this file, you can see that your transcript is visible on the video. All right, now stick around to the very end of this video, because I'm going to show you a very cool tip to get this done. So next up, you come to where you have video, right? And then you go scroll all the way down to motion blur, and then you take this motion blur all the way down to 0. All right, so once you have successfully, added the motion blur feature, right, you're going to navigate all the way. Ensure you don't need to come back to export, right? All you need to do is to go to your Capcut folder, okay, on your drive C, right? So this is where my Capcut folder is, right? Let me just go back so you see it carefully, right? So this is my Capcut folder. So okay, one more. All right, so this is where my Capcut folder is on my drive C. So you're going to click this and then go to user data, and then you're going to locate projects. You click this, I think this one, yes, the first folder, and then you click this one. That's the name, the project folder. Come to resources, click video AIG, and voila, you can see right here, this is the video that we just added the caption. So I'm going to open this in my VSC player. Let's see. Yeah, so you can see that the captions are on the video and it's working pretty well. So this is a very easy way to add captions to your videos in Capcut for free without even going to use the Pro feature.